It's Saturday, September 1st, 7:45 a.m. Okay, I've checked the front and the back porches and nothing has happened. But I came out just to look around. I don't know why, I just decided I should look around. And I found this in right at the edge of the sidewalk in that mowed grass. It's like it's a partial print. Here's the heel. There you see toes. And then you don't see the big toe because it's in the grass that's thicker. Like it would be right there. The edge of the heel comes back down, or the edge of the foot would come back down here. And I measured it, and it's about 16 inches long. Now up here's another partial, I believe. It's pressed down in the grass. It just catches like the edge of the heel, right there, the edge of the foot. So it's like it took a step. There's the good one, and there's the partial of the other. So I put my foot beside it, and I have to do it on this side because of the shadow that's cast from the sun. But that's how big that is. That is huge. And see, it stepped here, it pressed down the grass that's mowed, but this grass popped back up. That would be in the print, but it popped back up because it's, you know, it's not lawn trimmings. So here is the tape measure, and I didn't want to lay it down yet. I took pictures, but I didn't want to lay it down until I did the video. And it is, I'd say 15.5 to 16. It's hard to you know, gauge it exactly because the toes, you know, you lose the big toe for sure as to where it is. Definitely between 15 and 16 inches though. Yeah, I can definitely see toes here, here, I think there, but they start getting obscure right in there. So that's pretty awesome, I think. Oh, there's more to this story, I forgot. Now look where the footprints are coming from. I put cat food out here last night because we have a stray cat that's been coming around, so we wanted to give it some food. So I put it in a pile, and it's partially eaten, but I don't know that a Bigfoot ate it. I just don't know, but it looks, there's the cat food, and right there's the print walking away. So I mean, maybe or maybe not, I'm not sure, but it's pretty interesting. So yeah, there's the print, there's my footprint beside it. Okay, now I'm going to look around because it looks like whatever, you know, walked this way. So I'm going to look around and see if there's any more anywhere. I accidentally stepped in it right here a little bit, but I came back to measure the width, and at the ball it's about 8-ish, 9. The heel About 5. It's all approximate because it's too hard to see in that grass, but that would be about right, I think. Okay, I'm going to check around for others. That little log has been up in that tree because we put it there. That was my log I used to hit the tree with to make a wood knock. And I leaned it up against it for a long time, and then we stuck it in the fork of the tree. Now it's on the ground this morning. Another thing is that log, or I mean little log, it was leaning this way. Like the longest part of it was this way. So how did it get clear over there? I wonder. Sunday, September 2nd, 7:51 p.m. And we just found the 2 magnets down here on the bottom of the grill. And the last time I took a picture of the magnets on the railing was the 31st. So I'm not sure how long they've been down here. I don't know how I didn't notice they were gone. Sometimes I'm just not that observant. Got things on my mind and stuff, so. Anyhow, that's funny. Reminds me when they put them on the umbrella. I wanted to take a minute to explain what happened on these recordings because it's easier to say it than type it. So here goes. First of all, it starts out with some pretty cool vocals, some woos and whoops and fake barred owl and stuff like that. And then those types of things continue until about an hour and 52 minutes into the recording, and then there's this yelling that starts, and I've never heard that here before, but it can't be human, and it's no animal that I ever heard of. I'm about 98% sure it is Bigfoot's yelling. And then it gets crazier. As the night ensues, the dogs are barking from around around neighbors, clear across the over on the other ridge and stuff. You can hear dogs barking. The cows get all riled up and they're mooing all the time. And at an hour 56 minutes into it, which would be about 1 a.m., I start hearing a motorcycle. It sounds kind of close at times. I think what was going on was there was at least one motorcycle up on the road nearest our house, which is a ridge, and I think that they were going back and forth. You can hear talking, faint talking. Sometimes it's a little louder, so it sounds like there were several people talking. I think they're kind of causing a ruckus, and I don't think the Bigfoots appreciated it. And it sounded like sometimes maybe one came down in our driveway and back up to the house, or back up to the road. So this went on absolutely all night till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And you can hear the Bigfoots doing this yelling. You can hear them make wood knocks. There's more of the owl sounds later on. And I think that the Bigfoots were very upset at whatever was going on with these people in the motorcycles. So I will put notes as to what's going on as I put the audio in the video for you. So that'll be it. It's Thursday, September 6th, 7:45 a.m. I've already made my rounds, and I knew nothing happened anywhere else that I could see, but there's a really cool little surprise out here on the front porch. First thing I noticed was that my chair was straightened. Then I noticed both chairs were straightened. So that's really cool. I guess the one that likes to straighten my chairs was up, and then I noticed that that lantern was moved. Now it was sitting right here for several days because Jim brought it from the back porch to the front whenever he was sitting out here one night. So it was sitting there, but the Bigfoots moved it over there, and the reason why is that that's where we used to keep a lantern all the time, sitting on that little white stand that we moved to the back. Actually, we moved that blue lantern to the back porch too, but that's where we kept the lantern. So they were like, this goes here. So whichever Bigfoot it was has been around a while, because that was back in January, that picture that I just showed you. So they know where things used to be on the front porch. And I think it's the same one that used to straighten my chairs all the time. So that's really cool. Gave me a little chuckle. It's 6:47 now, and it just rained really, really hard. And I came out here to check things. I didn't see anything else that had happened. And I don't know that this isn't natural. And I can't, I'm going to document it anyways because it seems a little odd, and they've been doing a lot of stuff with leaves. So, like I said, I really don't know. But I'm just going to document it here real quick. See the two leaves that are on the chairs? They are, the stem is stuck down in a hole, and they're pointing the same way. And they're nearly, that one's almost center. This one's a little left of center. But I mean, they're pointing exactly the same way. I just don't know what the odds are on that happening naturally. See? So, like I said, I'm documenting it anyways, even though I can't rule out that it happened while it rained. But seems a little odd. Look from this point of view. See? It's Sunday, September 9th, 7:18 p.m. And I gotta tell you something real quick. It's been raining for how many, like 2 straight days, right? Really, really hard. I know you guys probably remember the puppy, gorilla, and cat in the blue cloth. I put them back on the wood pile a few days ago, and then I decided no, well, it was last week. I decided no, I'm going to put the gorilla back where he used to go, and I put the cloth by him. And I left the puppy on the wood pile, but I put the little cat right here on the air conditioner, and now it's gone. And it was just there. I mean, I didn't notice today if it was gone. I'm not sure. But I know it was there like yesterday and last night for sure. But I think it just now disappeared.
Just now, as in when?
Sometime today. probably in the last few hours, but I'm not 100% sure. So I came out to the back porch to look for it, and first place I looked was in the grill, and there it is. So they were up and moved that to the grill. You know, and I was just thinking not very long ago, like yesterday or the day before, that they haven't put anything in the grill for so long. And they have put that in the grill before. I'm going to check things real quick before I go back in. You'll see there's the puppy. Okay, nothing else happened. But that's what they did. So I just brought it in, but anyways, they definitely were up in this horrible rain. So to do that, and I'm pretty happy they put it in the grill because they haven't put anything in the grill for so long. I just had the weirdest experience. I checked the front porch, nothing happened. I opened the door and I took a couple steps out here. And about right here, I started hearing it's very hard to explain. It sounded like, sort of like wind chimes or something dangling, clinking together, only whatever was clinking together sounded like several, like hard plastic somethings, balls or something clinking together. It was really a pretty sound, and it was loud, but it sounded like it was right here somewhere. Except I thought, well, what in the, maybe the cows are doing something, because it kind of came from this direction over here. So I walked clear over to the fence. The cows are nowhere to be seen. There's nothing anywhere. I walked out, opened the door several times, walked, tried to reproduce the sound, and there's nothing. I thought maybe this was clinking or something. Nope, that ain't it. Thought maybe it was that moving when I walked. That ain't it either. There's just nothing that would make that sound. So I have no idea. I looked up in the tree to see if something was hanging, but I don't see anything. So I'm not saying it's Bigfoot related, but I'm also not saying that it's not, because there is no explanation for that sound. I mean, there's nobody else here but me. The windows are shut to the house. There's no air conditioners on. It was weird. Really weird. And it didn't just happen like once really fast. It happened continuously for a little bit. Maybe 5 to 10 seconds it happened. It's like it did it and then it did it again. Like I said, it was a pretty sound, but I have no idea what it was. So there you go. That's my weird experience for the morning. It's Friday, September 14th, 6:59 a.m. and I came out to look at this beautiful sunset or sunrise and check the porch. And I walked over there and took some pictures and stuff. And I didn't even look at the porch yet. And then I turned around and walked back and I was like, whoa. They left me a mouse again. Its eyes popping out. All kinds of good stuff. But I was just thinking they haven't been doing anything lately. But they brought the mouse and that's all they did. Nothing else. So I told them thanks. And I gotta go to work, so it's quite a sunrise. Okay, see you later. I'm gonna take this in and stuff. Jim mowed the yard yesterday, and he would have run this over. So this is new since yesterday. So it looks like it might be a glyph of some sort. It's made up 1, 2, 3, 4 different. Heck, I'm not even sure what they are. I think they're from there, that thing. But so this is a little piece laid across there. It's kind of cool. It's from the other direction. They made a glyph right there one time, and one right over there on the sidewalk. I'm shooting this on my phone. I'm not used to it. It's different. Anyways, that's it. It's Saturday, September 15th, 7:27 a.m. And I was already out here before it even got light, and I saw a very interesting gift. And it's in a very unusual place. It's right over here in the Sandbox. It's a green ball, right dead center, pretty much dead center of the Sandbox. And after looking at it, I noticed that right there is a little fingerprint in the sand. And I went back and I looked at my picture that I took last night whenever I smoothed it out, and that wasn't there. And I'm sure of it. So that's their fingerprint, putting that in here. But there's more to it than that. So hang on 1 minute. Okay, last night at 7:06, I put a doll out. This doll. And hold on. Here's when I put it out. Now, this is new. I haven't ever put this doll out before. As you'll notice, the color of her shirt is green. That special color of green. Well, this little rake thing that I have had out here beside the Sandbox forever is also that color of green. And notice the color of the ball. Same color. So, I just put that out here last night. And I came out and I put 4 cinnamon rolls in the food basket. And when I did that, I checked stuff. The ball wasn't there. So, that means, hang on a second. It was dark when I put those out. So the time that I put, the time that I put these out was, hold on, 8:42. So that means that they came up after I put the stall out, for sure, because that ball wasn't there. And I think it's so interesting, number one, that they put the same color. I think that the reason that they put it over here is because they noticed that that color of green and that color of green matches a ball that they had. Now, if it's not a coincidence that the color that they brought and put here in line with the other two greens, they're just like it. If it's not a coincidence, that means that they must have had that ball in their possession in order to notice, like, oh, that color of green on her shirt and the color on that little rake thing is the same color as that ball we got. Let's go get it and bring it back and give it to her and show her that we've noticed the color. So that's what I think. Like I said, if it's not a coincidence, and what I've learned with them is go with your gut, because they are so observant. I mean, they've probably known forever the color of this handle. And then when I brought that out, they were like, oh yeah, same color, and we got that ball. So, if I'm right, that means that they do have things that they keep somewhere that they can access and bring you something. So, at least mine do, I think. So that's what I'm thinking. I think it's also interesting that they never touched any of the food. They didn't want that. And they never messed with anything else either. So, I believe that's all, but wow. To me, this says a lot. Another thing I noticed is this stick leaned up against the tree. Now, I didn't know for sure what it was, so I asked Jim, and he said it was over in the yard when he mowed. It was over here. And he said he walked over here quickly, and he put it, he thinks, in this part of the tree. He said either that one, whoops, I'm in the shed, or in the light. He said either in that one or that hole. He wouldn't have put it clear over there. And when I came out, this was laying down here. So, and it fits exactly, it's from that. So I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like they messed with that too. Okay, we're heading up to the bedding area, which is up there. And on our way up the hill, we noticed this spot. First thing I noticed was those broken branches. And the sticks that are broken off are laying there, and I thought maybe the cows could have broke them off. But then we noticed this branch broken way up there. That's what, 6-7 feet up, Jim?
Well, walk my fingers. That's all.
That's about 7 feet, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's one at the end broken too. It's about the same height. And then if you look, there's just a bare spot. Like, you know, they like to clear spots to sit. So it could that be a deer?
Well, normally, yes, deer scrape, yeah. But a deer didn't do that.
A deer didn't do the up high.
And that's not a regular looking scrape.
I don't think so either. It looks like it had, I mean, I don't know. It's not fresh. Okay, I'm at the entrance to the bedding area, which is back in there, and this is new. That tree is broke over, and it's broken over about 8 feet up. Whether or not it's natural or not, there's a lot of stuff going on the ground with sticks. And there was a really nice, complex stick arrangement made here before, so I'll probably put that in the video. But now this limb right here wouldn't have fallen when the tree fell. This is the heavy end, and the light end is up there, so it wouldn't have fallen this way. But if you look here, there's a branch parallel to it, and the limbs crisscross to make X's, which is really cool actually. And I actually saw back in there quite a long time ago when I first found this area, 2 parallel branches with an X in it. So I'll try to find that too. But then if you go up here, then that's an A. And let's see. That's interesting, but it doesn't look real like a pattern. I suppose it could have happened when it fell. Let's see what else. That's interesting. Great big Y stick. Let's see. Okay, now okay, these sticks go parallel again. Let me get this in here. And there's an X in the middle. Right there. And then if you look here, there's that little arrangement. Kind of looks arranged to me. There's the little ones and the big ones also. It's reminiscent of that other one that they made where it was crisscrossed and X's, and then you got this over here where these are standing up and leaning, and then you got all these on the ground. So I don't know, like I said, it could have happened when it fell, but I'm not sure. So hold on, I'm going to go in here. So whether or not this was natural or Bigfoot made, it does make a nice little, like a cover spot for him to sit in there and look at the edge of the field, and cars go by. There's a graveyard right there. And I'm going to go in another spot over here. Okay, now this is under where I was, down the hill. I'm sure the cows have been back in here. Like I said, it's a nice little place to hide if we want to take advantage of it. Okay, that tree and everything I was just talking about was down there, and right here is a break. And then right beside it, Jim found this really cool looking little thing. It's a burr stuck to the tree. And what'd you say about it, Jim?
Well, I can see, I can't see it coming off a fir and sticking to a tree. Unless it was taken off a fir and stuck to the tree.
Yeah, so either a cow or a Bigfoot. It wouldn't make sense, would it?
Unless it was pulled off and put there.
Right. Okay, we're going down the hill towards Creepy Valley, and we are below the original area that I called the bedding area. Did you want to behave? And back in here are a bunch of branches broken off. They fell uphill, if they fell, and they're all laid out on the ground, which I've heard can be how they like to sleep up off the ground a little bit, so they put sticks down. So I'm not sure, but looks interesting. Jim thinks he just heard a wood knock from up there, just from where we came from. About, 15 yards from where we just were saying about the wood knock. This branch is bent, twisted around the tree, and goes down there. That's cool. Okay, our house is right up there beyond those trees, and I'm down here in the area where they hang out a lot. And this is new. All these branches lined up the same way, and it's huge. And I don't know, it reminds me of what I heard about them making their beds, where they'll put branches to keep them up off the ground. So I don't know, it doesn't look very comfortable, but I'm not sure. But it's new anyways. Quiet. Behave! Okay, we just came around from the dump area, and we're heading to this field, and there's found this leaner, great big Y stick, and it's not from that tree. Definitely didn't get there naturally.